Let's take a look at the importance of development. The strategic importance of employee development cannot be overstated. As an organization develops short and long term plans to accomplish its mission and objectives, a ready workforce is essential for success. Employees have to be prepared to help the organization achieve its objectives. This requires the organization to be clear about where it wants to go and the KSAs employees need to get there. Managers play an important role in ensuring material employees learned in training and development programs transfer to on the job performance. Coaching is one way that managers can fulfill that role. Even if there isn't formal learning opportunity, the manager can help employees deal with unanticipated workplace or job related issues. Inertia can also present a problem for organization when it comes to learning and development. Many managers assume that the development program they delivered in the past is still relevant today. With a rapidly changing environment, the organization must be ready to adapt. Development is an ongoing process, and development plans need to be updated as often as strategic plans and objectives. Development must take into consideration the organization's needs as well as the employee's career development needs. However, the organization's needs may conflict with what employees need in their career. In circumstances where employees have aspirations, but the organization lacks resources or the strategic inputs to develop the employees as they might like, they need to take control of their development. Utilizing a wide variety of training approaches can be very advantageous to improving learning and ultimately transfer of learning on the job. As we expect more from employees with fewer resources, time is limited for them to engage in training and development programs outside of the job. Technology is one way development can be made more available to employees. Greater flexibility also means employees who work remotely via telecommuting or in global locations can access development opportunities previously offered only to those employees who work on site. Telecommuting employees face obstacles to development. Because they work at a distance, their development needs to be readily identified or they may be overlooked when opportunities are available. This challenge can be managed when an organization makes an effort to ensure managers are properly trained in how to manage telecommuting and other distance employees. Also, by using more technology-based training and development programs, these programs facilitate greater opportunities for all employees, especially for those working at a distance. Lastly, and most importantly, organizations need to build a culture of trust between leaders and employees. Transparency is needed with respect to who gets chosen for developmental opportunities and why. And what managers are doing for their own development should be visible for all to see. If managers are self-starters and take control of their own development opportunities, employees are likely to do the same. Be consistent in how you handle development opportunities for all employees to build trust and avoid lawsuits. An underlying assumption of employee development is that employees are eager and able to learn continuously and adapt to changes and mistakes where necessary. Learning agility is a mindset and a collection of practices that allows leaders to continually develop, grow, and utilize new strategies to face increasingly complex problems. Leaders have to remain open to new ways of thinking and continuously learning new skills. We now know that these successful leaders are learning agile, meaning that they show a willingness and ability to learn throughout their career. Learning agility is necessary in terms of a characteristic for employees who want to grow and develop. We see this with employees with high learning agility who are willing to take ownership of their career development. Organizations also recognize those employees who are learning agile and therefore more willing to provide development opportunities for them. Whether the development is self or organization directed, learning agility is important for success. Employees who are learning agile are typically willing to be innovative and question the status quo. They perform well by staying calm when faced with difficulty and react to their experiences to learn from them. They are willing to take risks and volunteer for learning opportunities even if there's a chance of failure. Lastly, employees who are learning agile are open to learning and resist the temptation to become defensive in the face of adversity. They seek feedback, process it, and adapt, and are highly self-motivated to learn and grow. When employees exhibit learning agility, they find themselves on the path to leadership and development opportunities within the organization. Regardless of the approach organizations take for development, learning agility is necessary for employees to succeed. The challenge in designing a development plan is to balance the needs of the organization with the career aspirations of the individual employee. While training is more focused on groups of employees who may need training in broad areas, development tends to be much more customized to the individual employee's needs and objectives. Performance appraisals function as an evaluation tool and are the impetus for determining appropriate rewards or punishments given the employee's performance over the previous review period. The appraisal also serves as the framework for employee development plans. The gap between current KSAs and desired KSAs, along with goals for improvement and growth, informs the development plan. Employee development focuses on two areas: how individuals manage their careers within and between organizations, and how organizations structure the career progress of employees in alignment with organizational goals. Development has both formal and informal components. While the most common tools for consideration in development are coaching and mentoring, many more activities can be included. Development can just as easily occur within the boundaries of normal work activities and assignments as it can within formally planned and designed development intervention. Even if the organization does not have the resources to engage in intensive development programs, managers can direct employees to opportunities as they become available in the organization as employees grow and develop their own KSAs. Stretch assignments typically outside the scope of the employee's day-to-day work activities, but are still within the boundaries of the direct job-related project that often represent unique learning and development opportunities for employees. As employees develop greater mastery in certain areas of their job, additional opportunities can be provided for them to broaden the range of skills they possess. An employee might move from a team member to a team leader, entering the rotation of leaders who take turns leading projects. Job enhancement activities are typically part of a formalized development plan, but could also just be a normal progression of job training as identified in the job description. Extra role enrichment activities go beyond projects directly related to the job. Extra work committees, such as a diversity committee, provide enrichment opportunities outside of the direct work of the organization. One key aspect of motivation is how jobs are designed, not only to meet the job demands, but also address issues of intrinsic motivation among employees. Job shadowing can align development with job design. While it may not be a direct development activity, shadowing is important to early exploration stages of career planning and development. In job shadowing, employees get to observe job opportunities in a one-on-one basis with employees in those jobs. Job rotation is similar, but instead of simply observing, they work in those positions for a period of time. Job transitions are an important tool, not just from the perspective of development, but also for increasing employee retention and motivation. The two most commonly discussed and used methods of employee development are mentoring and coaching. While these are the most common, they're not the only tools available for employee development. Ideally, coaching and mentoring should be integrated within a wide scope of development activity. Mentoring is an intense work relationship between senior and junior organizational members, the mentor and the protege. The mentor has experience and power in the organization and personally advises, counsels, coaches, and promotes the career development of the protege. Mentoring increases retention and morale through mutual loyalty between the employee and the employer. It also helps employees acclimate to their new job and learn the company culture much quicker. Both parties should be trained in how to best prepare for and participate in the mentoring relationship. Human resource and training professionals can encourage and advise their employees in how to best navigate a mentoring relationship, even if the organization does not formally support a mentoring program. Coaching is more focused on helping employees achieve better daily performance to enhance their career. The International Coach Federation, known as the ICF, defines coaching as partnering with clients in a thought-provoking and creative process that inspires them to maximize their personal and professional potential. The coaching process tends to move across 4 phases. First, clients focus on what to address. With the help of a coach, the employee is able to identify and focus on the issues that need to be addressed through coaching. Second, clients focus on the relationships they have and or need to develop. Understanding the value of key players in the organization and the importance of building networks or coalitions of coworkers is important for success. Third, clients create alignment between intentions and actions. Where they find their values are not in alignment with their actions, they can work to ensure intentions and actions are consistent. Fourth, clients make change in their organization. Effective change requires that employees have a good sense of their strengths, are building positive relationships, and are ensuring their values align with their actions. The coach's job is to ask the right questions and help employees find the answers to these questions in each phase of the coaching process. An important area in development activities involves leadership development. In fact, we can argue that the main goal is to develop employees so they become leaders. This central part of organizational development activities creates a good basis for the organization's succession plan. 66% of executives recently surveyed are engaged in leadership development activities, but only 24% of them believe that their programs were successful. Some of the competencies that we're talking about here includes results orientation, strategic orientation, collaboration and influence, team leadership, organizational categories, change leadership, market understanding, and inclusiveness. To create leadership development opportunities, organizations need to determine the most important competencies for leadership roles in their organization. Then they must assess employee potential. There are 5 key predictors of leadership success, including motivation, curiosity, insight, engagement, and determination. Upon assessing how leaders score on these 5 predictors, it's important to map leadership potential to the competencies required on the job and assess the extent to which the employee exhibits those competencies. Where a gap exists between the competency needed and what the employee exhibits, emerging leaders should be provided with development opportunities.